Welcome viewers to TV Box Top, the channel for the best reviews in Android TV boxes and accessories. Today we feature a new TV box that tries to strike a good balance between hardware performance and price. This box is the TV Box S10 Amlogic S912 Android 7.1 4K TV box. This box comes just in time for the 11/11 Singles Day online shopping spree event, so stay tuned. We have more after the break. The main event is over, and hold on to your seats because the after-party Thanksgiving prime time sales are here. Now is the time to grab deals with half-price flash sale of up to 50% off your most wanted products. From the 13th to the 20th of November, get up to 35% on clothing, up to 50% on smartphones, up to 60% on electronics, and as much as up to 70% on lifestyle products. Enjoy 2 new games with chances to win with each try, and first-time new members get a special $100 worth in coupons free. The time is now. Go to gearbest.com using the special link provided in the description area below this video or on my website, and take advantage of these primetime Thanksgiving sales while stocks last. And now back to the presentation. Welcome back. The TV Box S10 comes in this black box that's really thin, it's really easy to tear, so I hope the quality and build of the device itself is not a reflection of the box. There isn't much information on the box, only that it's a 3GB 32GB Android TV box on the side, so I'll now open and unpack the contents of the box. So in the box, you have the unit itself. You get this IR remote control, 1 HDMI cable, a 5V 2.5A DC universal power adapter, and a user's guide. For today's presentation, we have 2 new controllers. Special thanks goes out to Zidu for providing this wonderful looking wireless air mouse, which is the Zidu V6. And also thanks goes out to GearBest for providing this special hybrid gamepad controller. This is a Bluetooth gamepad / wireless air mouse combo controller called the FlyDigi X980. So I'll just quickly open these up to show you what's inside. So this is the Zidu V6. It looks really nice with simple, well laid out buttons to the front, and a full QWERTY keyboard to the back. And I'll comment on its performance later on. And this here is the FlyDigi hybrid gamepad. As you can see, it comes with buttons like on the navigation bar. You have a home button, a menu button and a return button. It also has a pair of volume control buttons, and it comes in your native Xbox gamepad layout design. So I'll be putting these 2 controllers to the test, and I'll report on their performance later on. Let's take a look at the design of the S10. The box is made of a black plastic housing, with the Octa Box S10 logo displayed on the top. To the back, you have one HDMI port, one RJ45 Ethernet LAN port, you get one optical audio port, one audio video port, and a DC power input. To the side, you get two USB ports, and an SD card slot. To the other side, you have two more USB ports. To the front, you have an LED power light. And to the bottom, you have some ventilation holes. So it's now time to set up the S10 on my TV, and when I return I'll continue. So everything is all set, and as the box powers on it displays the S10 logo and Android startup animation. It takes a few seconds, and then you're presented with the launcher. So this is the launcher. Though it is different in its own way, it is also very simple to use and similar to many of the other launchers we have seen. It comes with large home screen buttons, with features like one-click cleanup. This feature cleans up all processes running in the background, freeing up disk space and system memory, giving you a little boost in performance. It comes with the usual option to add shortcuts to the launcher. Simply click on the Add button and select which app you would like to add or remove. And finally you have the navigation bar at the bottom for easy navigation. However, there is no status bar at the top. This is not a good feature to leave out, because the status bar together with the navigation bar alerts you of processes running in the background, and it also shows you the progress of apps downloading, and when app installations and updates are completed. I'll now open the apps section, and here we have a list of all of the apps that comes pre-installed, along with some apps of my own. There's something you should know. Upon starting up for the first time there was a moment of unstable operation, only to discover that the box was automatically updating itself in the background, and restarting on its own at times. How do I know this? Because at first the box was not rooted, then when all the shaky stuff ended and the box self-rebooted, the box was suddenly granted root access. So to begin testing this box I'll run the root checker app to confirm that the box is rooted. And it shows that the box is rooted, running on Android 7.1.2 Nougat operating system. I'll test the level of permissions granted by this root access with my gamepad key mapping application later on to see if it works. I'll now have a look at the DRM information. Well, the results are as expected. The box only has support for Google Widevine and CENC Clear Key, which only allows Netflix to show in standard quality. And now some system and hardware information. It shows that the manufacturer is Amlogic, and the model here is the S10 as we already know. The box has 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. What is shown here is the remaining RAM and internal storage after the Android installation and apps installed on the box. The CPU is the 64-bit octa-core ARM Cortex-A53 processor, with a CPU clock range of up to 1.5 GHz. This box also has support for 32 and 64-bit ABIs. The display is powered by the ARM Mali T820 tri-core GPU with a refresh rate of 60 Hz. It has support for dual-band Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi Direct is supported. The version of Android is 7.1.2 Nougat. The box runs a bit hot, around 60 to 65 degrees Celsius on normal room temperature, and around 50 to 55 degrees on passive cooling. The box comes with codecs like H.264, HEVC and VP9 decoding, codecs needed to play 4K videos. That's all for system and hardware information, and I now move on to the benchmarks. First I have the results of the memory read and write speeds. The S10 has a RAM copy speed of 3870 MB per second. The internal storage has a read speed of 62 megabytes per second and a write speed of 56, and the SD card reader has a read speed of 139 megabytes per second and a write speed of 2. I now have the Wi-Fi speed results. And the speeds I got were a bit lower than expected, so try not to use this box too far away from the router. I now show the results of the Antutu benchmark. And it shows that the S10 got a score of 41,812. This score is a little above average, but not as high as those Rockchip hexacore boxes. Now the results of the Geekbench 4 CPU benchmark. The S10 has a Geekbench 4 score of 489 single-core, and 1999 multi-core. These results are consistent with S912 CPU boxes. And last I have the results of the Ice Storm Extreme GPU benchmark. And it shows that the box got a score of 5,516. Likewise, a little above average but not quite as high. And that's it for the benchmarks, and I'll now test the box's 4K video playback capability. The 4K videos ran okay, with a little buffering on the jellyfish video at 400 megabits per second. Let's run the YouTube application to see if it can run in 4K quality. The YouTube app runs up to 1080p quality only on this box. For my final test, I usually test the box's 3D graphics along with whatever gamepad controller I'm featuring, so let's see how it goes on this box. The first game is played with a wireless air mouse, and the name of this game is Angel Stone. The next game is a game designed to be played only with a gamepad, and the name of this game is Brothers in Arms 3. It contains shooting and blood, so parental discretion is advised.
Keep on moving! Right behind you!
So the first game ran okay with smooth graphics and responsive controls with the Z10 V6 Air mouse. The second game, which is a more high-detail graphics game, worked well with the FlyDigi gamepad. However, even though the game played okay, the S10 was not able to render smooth graphics. So in summary, the ActivaBox S10 has some pros and cons. Let me start with the positives. The box runs on Android 7.1, with enough hardware and ports to handle any game or app applied. It is rooted, it can play 4K videos at 60 frames per second, and can stream free movies and TV shows on Kodi, and via movie streaming APKs. It has 4 USB ports allowing you to connect 4 devices at the same time. On the flip side, the box runs a bit hot during gameplay and during some of the benchmarks. When this happens, the box freezes up at times, giving you that jerky movement I mentioned earlier. When I applied a passive cooling fan, temperatures stabilized and the box was able to function smoothly for the most part. The other challenge I had was that it's not compatible with most key mapping applications. However, I found that gamepad-compatible games worked well with the gamepad. And finally, games with extra high graphics have some rendering issues on this box, but lower graphics games work just fine. The Wi-Fi reception is not the best, and you're better off using the Ethernet connection. So the two controllers featured in this video, the Z10 V6 Air mouse and the FlyDigi gamepad control, performed okay. I am really impressed with the Z10 V6 design and functionality. It's the one to buy if you are looking for a good quality air mouse. The FlyDigi gamepad worked okay, but be mindful it's not a plug-and-play device like the gamepad featured in my previous video. It comes with a dongle receiver, but you'll have to pair it via Bluetooth in the settings area, and the user manual is not much help. It doesn't come with rechargeable built-in batteries, which means that you'll have to purchase 2 AA batteries to use this device. I have come to the end of my presentation. If you are interested in this device, see the link provided in the description area or on my website. This also helps to support this channel, and allows me to deliver more reviews in the future. Thanks for watching. Remember to like this video. Check out the After Party Primetime Thanksgiving sales running on GearBest.com.